Shericka Jackson versus DINA Smith versus Abby Steiner versus CARRI Richardson. Tell me, who will dominate in Doha? Welcome back to the channel, people. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, thank you for making it Peter Lloyd World. Go ahead, please hit the subscribe button so we can continue to grow. When you do that, hit the notification bell so you know when the next video drops. We drop a video at least once a day here on Peter Lloyd World. Also, if you enjoy the content, please hit the like button. And finally, leave your thoughts after this sports analysis where we take a look at and we break down the races. So, una ready? Yep, good to go. Well, it's happening, people. It's a matchup of Shericka Jackson versus Abby Steiner versus CARRI Richardson versus DINA Smith versus Melissa Jefferson versus Tonisha Terry. This all takes place at the Doha Diamond League, which takes place on the 5th of May 2023, obviously happening in Doha, where these women, these queens of sprint, will be clashing in the women's 100 meters. Added to the mix, of course, is Tiana Daniels and Zoe Hobbs. So this may be the best lineup in terms of top tier female sprinters that we've seen since the beginning of the 2023 season. So who do you think will take that 100 meters in Doha? First up, let's take a look at the world's fastest thus far for the 2023 season, the remarkable Shericka Jackson, who we call the Superwoman. Last Saturday at the Velocity Fest here in Kingston, Jamaica at the National Stadium, well, she, in the finals of the women's 100 meter A, she laid down the world's fastest time and made it look quite easy, and went on to state in interviews after that she was disappointed, running an insane 10.82. Her goal, she said, was 10.79. Will she do this in Doha?
Off they go for the A-final of the women's 100 meters. Shericka Jackson got up well. She already takes control of this race. Shericka Jackson will play on the field. Look at that time.
Now, I know you're going to say clearly Jackson is a front runner to win, but then there's this young lady, CARRI Richardson, who some of us have got to concede did run the fastest time in the world, although seriously win assisted a time of 10.57 at the Miramar Invitationals. Now that 10.57, I believe, when you adjust for that plus 4.1 wind, I think it works out to something like 10.77 or something like that, if my memory serves me correctly. So we have to take her seriously. That is a seriously impressive time. And of course, there's a British sprint queen, the fastest female out of Britain, DINA Smith. Now, we have seen DINA Smith lay down some crazy 60-meter dash, including the one you're watching now. Remember, she now holds, she has held the national record of the women's 60-meter several times throughout the 2023 season, closing off with an astounding 7.03, which is now the national 60-meter record for the for England, of course, ran by this remarkable talent. So, an experienced 100, 200-meter, former 200-meter world champion over the 200 meters in 2019, and the bronze medalist from World Championships last year in 2022, also in the women's 200 meters. She is a factor. She's someone you cannot take lightly. With her experience and her improved 60-meter time, DINA Smith will be a factor in this race. Then, of course, there's this young lady, Abby Steiner. Now, we've been talking about Abby Steiner for some time, but in her last 100 meters, she experienced her first defeat thus far over 100, and this may not be her strongest race. Of course, she was defeated by Jamaica's very own Ashanti Moore. That's just last weekend. Then there is Melissa Jefferson, who beat Elaine Thompson-Herah over 200 meters recently. So we have some serious people in this race. But this, of course, is my 2 cents. Clearly, the person to beat here has got to be Shericka Jackson, aka the Superwoman, aka the One Dolly. There is pretty much no doubt. the way we saw her execute that 100 meters running that 10.82 was scary. So she has got to be the top person going in, but every other person who I've mentioned cannot be taken lightly. Now, I know that Sha'Carri Richardson, I don't want to use the word flaky because that would be an insult. I'm not going to insult the young lady. But she doesn't seem to run as well off American soil the way she runs on American soil. I cannot tell you what that's about. And the truth is, running that 10.57 did make my eyebrows do like a rock eyebrow thing, where one eyebrow goes up. But I have to concede that she's done this on several other occasions, and then she just it never pans out. She never delivers after that. So I'm not quite sure. She just doesn't run well outside of America for whatever reason. I think DINA Asher-Smith, Abby Steiner didn't look good in that 100 meters. I think her strength is really the 200 at this point in time. But of course, that 100 meters was her first 100 meters. So let's see what happens. And also at that meet, she ran both the 100 and the 200. So we have to take that factor in. She's just going to be doing, I think, the 100 in this instance. I may be wrong, but if I am, I'll come back and talk about it. DINA Asher-Smith cannot be taken lightly. DINA Asher-Smith is very, very fast over the 100 meters. Her PB, I think, in the 100 meters is 10.83. She cannot be taken lightly. And we see her improve her 60 meter. I mean, running a 7.03, that's to be taken seriously. And we know she's concentrating on the outdoor season because she didn't even bother to go to the indoors, So clearly she is a factor. And I always think DINA Asher-Smith is in the mix. So I would say DINA Asher-Smith. Melissa Jefferson has been clearly putting in the work. She's very fast over the 100 meters. Didn't deliver last year, but I don't think we can take her lightly. But so for me, looking at this lineup, which is a stellar lineup of great talent, I am thinking that this is really going to be between DINA Asher-Smith and, of course, Shericka Jackson. That's my personal opinion. I might be completely wrong. We can't count out TT Terry. She's another remarkable talent, one of my favorite talents out there. But I'm saying, looking at where they're at in their prep presently, everyone is aiming to beat Shericka. Shericka is a person to beat here. And I think the way Shericka ran that 100 meters that I've gone back and looked at 1,000 times was terrifying. Because she said it. She said she did do a few things wrong. I will talk about it in another video. So once she cleans that up, we're looking at a sub 10.7. So, I don't think she's going to go that fast in Doha. But expect something fast. But can't take Sha'Carri Richardson lightly. But like I said, she doesn't run fast outside of America for whatever reason. But DINA Asher-Smith, to me, not so much Abby Steiner. And I would say maybe Melissa Jefferson. But definitely DINA Asher-Smith. Once she's healthy, she's going to be a factor. But this, of course, is my 2 cents. I'd absolutely love to hear your thoughts. Who do you think will win in Doha? Who will dominate in Doha? And if so, is there anyone who can beat Shericka Jackson, in your opinion? All right? Now, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, hit the like button. Remember, you are royals, kings and queens. Bless up!